right from the birth, I trusted my body and my instinct. You know, it was like our baby knows what to do, my body knows what to do, and we're doing it in this warm, safe environment that we love. We love our home, and that has transitioned right through post-birth to me trusting myself as a mother, and the baby, of just trusting my instinct and not following what other things you hear from out there about other ways of parenting, just my own. So that's just started for me the most enjoyable experience of birthing the way that I believed my baby could.
This film was made for dads who are considering but unsure about having a home birth. I am hoping that by hearing from some experienced home birth dads, you will understand that in most instances, home birth is a safe and joyful experience. By supporting your wife or partner to birth at home, if that is her desire, you can have a wonderful, empowering birth experience. So, now that the home birth has happened, what would you say about it? How did it go for you?
It was pretty good. Still got to watch the cricket, which was on at the same time.
See,
which was a good thing,
Yeah, as long as your home is a reasonably stress-free place, then it's the place to be, isn't it? I like the idea of perhaps just not having to go anywhere to have the baby, not having the stress of a car trip,
yep, in labour, yep.
Right when you don't need it, yeah.
I think we gained more than we would have by having the kids at the hospital, because we didn't have to pack up and leave afterwards. We were at home, we were already here.
So you just had the baby and then
went to bed. Yeah.
I don't know, I just set up the place and played some music, and I thought it was so special, and I was waiting for a special time for ask the question and bring the ring, and I thought it was the best time. And I don't know, I think I nailed it.
Well, I said yes, but it was perfectly timed. Contractions were 10 minutes apart, so we had
it was pretty risky.
We had about 9 minutes to enjoy the fact that we just got engaged.
and you'd had Sean's grandmother's ring for a while?
Yes.
Waiting for the moment to... Yeah, so did you know that he had it?
No, I had no idea. But it was, I don't know if we thought of it this way in the beginning, but it was a pretty special time because it was the last time that it was just us,
Yeah.
And now it's all about her.
Yeah.
Now we're three, we're a good team, but talking with people about just like, we want to have a home birth, and a lot of people just like, why are you going to do that? It's like, what if this, what if this, and what if this?
That's what most people,
Yeah, so obviously all those go wrong type of boxes, you want to tick them before. Just make sure that, you're covering the bases, and there's certain bases that you can't really cover because you're rolling with the punches. So it's good to have a plan B in case of something.
You have to be, I guess, sure that you've made the right decision. If things did go wrong, would you still be happy that you had a home birth?
So we have plan Bs just in case something was just like an emergency, or just like pick up the phone and call. But the comfort that you find at home, I don't think you can. Obviously, this is our first child, and I can't even imagine the comfort that we have that night, having it in a hospital where you would have to be, I don't know, especially for me. Mahaya was born at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning. So the whole birth was just like the whole night, and just being able to have a little nap in between in my own bed, or having a snack in my own kitchen, or just like, I don't know, preparing a snack for you or for her. It's like, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like,
it was great.
yeah, it's priceless. Yeah.
To start with, I thought that we might go to the birth centre after she was born if there was any trouble with breastfeeding. And I guess that's again a fear that's drummed into you from other people, that it's harder than you think, and you know, it's your first baby, you might not know what to do. But I think having her at home definitely made us confident that there was moments when you left, we're like, we don't know what to do. But you know, you figure it out on your own, and you don't have a different nurse coming in every shift telling you a different way to breastfeed and a different way to do this, and you basically let us figure it out ourselves, and that gave us more confidence.
I think it's great in this country that you have the chance to have you can choose having your baby at home or having your baby in the hospital. Like I'm from Argentina, and in Argentina, it's pretty much there's no assistance. I mean, you're free to have it at home, but there's no that support of just
even in Australia.
Midwife,
I just learned that in Australia you pay thousands to have a home birth. A friend of mine just came to visit. She said she had the first baby in the hospital, and she said the second one, they don't have a lot of money, but it was well worth the thousands of dollars spent to have the home birth. There's no reason for it to be a medical situation. It's a natural situation, and just like other animals, where we know how to birth, and you have to trust your instincts. And I guess once you start thinking about that, you think, well, why would we be in the hospital unless there was
you needed,
unless there was
Yes.
any complications, which we wouldn't.
And thank goodness they know how to do the things they know how to do when it's needed.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
Well, we're planning having more kids for sure, and it's gonna be at home.
That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What the research said is for women who it's appropriate, they're low risk, they don't have serious medical problems that would preclude them from safely birthing at home. But healthy women who are birthing at home, that the outcomes for the mothers and babies as far as healthiness are comparable, and that the interventions that occur are much less, and the maternal satisfaction with how she feels about her birth is way higher. And I think that has an impact, or potentially has an impact, on how she feels about herself and her relationship with her child and her being as a mother for the rest of her life.
This experience, trying to just trust that, I know what to do, I mean, postnatally I feel the best I've ever felt. In fact, I feel better now than I did when I was pregnant. I'm getting good sleep, and he's feeding well, the milk came in well, emotionally I'm doing well. Everything seems to be so much more enjoyable, and it's supposed to be harder with the third child, and the birth just set us up for everything being.
Yeah, I think it's also having the children as participants, and I think that them being part of the birth set them up to be involved. This was a family, we did this as a family. Bodhi is not the new baby, he is just one of the family, and the kids are so excited to have him, and it's just so beautiful, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it is.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
I said to John, get Eli up, hey, you went and got him.
I think it's time to get Eli up.
That's right.
And he came out and it's like,
yeah, he was just so excited. He was geared up for the experience, but like any first time parent or first time person seeing a birth, how much you can actually understand that experience. So when he, okay, yeah, I'm ready and I'm excited, and then there's a baby there, and he took it all in his stride,
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
he wasn't upset or distressed in any way. It was a beautiful thing, and you know, he was the first one to see.
Oh, that was so cool.
I could see there's a baby coming.
Oh, yeah. I was
And,
on my side, and Eli was down there in the pool, and I saw John carry him past, and Eli was asleep over, in his PJs over your shoulders, and I saw him go past, and then he came and sat in this little camping chair beside the pool. And I heard Eli say, "I can see baby's head." And to me, that was just like, just the strength, and like, it was just so beautiful, that moment.
And I think as a small child, he's so just open to the world. He hasn't been, his ideas of the world haven't been narrowed down where things are beautiful or not beautiful. For him, it is what it is. Mum's having a baby.
And he still has to hold baby every, he has to have holds every day, and before he goes to bed he has to
I think there's a great connection between
absolutely.
you and your younger sibling. That for the rest of your life you'll be able to say, "I saw you being born." I remember when you were born. He'll be able to say,
Yeah.
It was born in a pool.
Yeah.
And it didn't need, and it wasn't crying when it was first born.
No. Who looked to see if it was a boy?
I was the first one, I think.
Because your mom and dad hadn't even looked yet.
Did I make lots of noise?
Well, not really.
No?
Only quite quiet.
Yeah. Was there any tears?
But happy tears. What's this?
Oh, they're spiky.
What's this?
I mean, having a child is a true blessing, and it's a blessing that we cherish for forever. I think this time round it's making the choice to be at home and to be in a safe and in a loving environment, and one that's that I know that's mine, and I can do what I want to do in the sort of the safety, as well as the what's the word I'm looking for? I guess the privacy of my own home too. Yeah.
You have to be comfortable. You have to feel natural in order to do the process of birthing, nicely and happily. And I think to me, that's why since I've been talking to you, I'm all for the home birth, because I wish that your mother's still alive. Because this is going to happen.
Yeah, and then it would be helpful.
Yeah.
She would be happy as well.
Very. Because she will be there, the husband will be there, all of those things, If it's a worse scenario, she can be easily taken to hospital if it need to be, But because I believe she's given all the opportunities to have a natural birth, and to me, I'm all for it.
When a woman is in labour, she's very vulnerable and compromised, and so she needs to be cherished and looked after. I just really felt like I was on a conveyor belt, and I was next in line, and that really takes away from the modi, from the life force of that situation, that the birthing experience. That by being greeted, by being received in that way, erodes that life force that's happening, that connection between the mother and the baby. Yeah.
I said, what are you looking for? I'm looking for Dad. Mum is louder.
She's loud. So Hira came up and told you Mum's getting loud.
Oh, Mum is loud.
Yeah.
And that's why she's looking for her Dad. Because Dad was outside.
Yeah. And with her, it was a long time.
Yeah.
So you just didn't realize
No, and it honestly felt like it went from either second or third gear, and it went straight into fifth. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like in second or third gear, and then it was just like, oh, and I knew straight away
what was happening,
and that I knew that Hallie was coming. Yeah, and I better hurry up and get out of that shower before she gets born on the taps.
I guess that's one of the sad things, is that a hospital is not able to provide a normal birth. Right? You can't just go to a room in a hospital and have a normal birth, and if something goes wrong, you go into the medical world. It's part of being in the hospital.
You've already altered it. You've already altered the whole process by going into that environment.
That's quite profound, Jude. That a hospital can't give you normal. For me, when having my home birth, I felt totally respected. You know, my room that I was birthing in was full of a whole lot of love, you know, and it was a whole lot of love that came from, Heather, and from Jed. And it wasn't like, you know, it was just working in unison and working as a team to get ready for this baby to come. But we just kind of did our own things, hey?
Yeah.
To get where we needed to get to.
Yeah.
I'd had her, got out, had a shower, and then I was, you know, we were spreading the news to my cousins and stuff, and they were like, oh my God, you're so amazing, you've just fully like just had a baby. And, you know, and I've sent photos and stuff like that to them of the baby and me, and they're like, oh, you look amazing, you know, you don't look like you've just had a baby, and oh, it's just amazing that you can get on, you know, Facebook and stuff like that and let us know. But, I said I totally put it down to just having a home birth and just being at home. It's just a normal part of their day. And for them, it's like, what? You had her at home? Because I don't think I had the opportunity to tell them that I'd had them at home. And they're like, were you scared? Were you worried? And I said, no.
Where was your little thing?
I was high on happiness. Totally high. It was amazing. I just loved it. I felt energized even after, you know what, they think that a birth is a grueling kind of thing. It was the most invigorating thing for me, you know. Yeah, it was. I felt invigorated. I felt alive. I felt like a woman. I felt beautiful. I really did. I felt really, really beautiful, and I just felt amazing.
So this is what most midwives would be expected to bring to a birth. There might be other stuff as well, like I have a birthing stool, or you might have linen, but this is sort of the emergency medical gear that we would bring. So first of all, I'm just going to show that we bring oxygen. So this is primarily for if the baby needed resuscitating at birth or help to breathe. Most midwives would be expected. That's kind of standard to have. And it's not going to last a long time, but it would last until you had an ambulance get there. And so there's a regulator that goes on the top of the oxygen tank, hooks up to this. And really, if I came and the baby's born really quickly, everything I need for the birth is right in the top. So there's just gel for doing an internal exam. There's bags for specimen stuff if I needed it. But I try to give you stuff to put on your bed or the floor or wherever you're going to be to avoid making too much, cleanup at home yourself. So often it's just everything in a bag, one bag of rubbish, one bag of linen. I take it away at the end. If for some reason you needed an episiotomy, I've got scissors. That's something I hardly ever do, but if I needed to, because I thought the baby needs to be born, more quickly, and that would help that happen, I have it to do if I need to. This is just if I needed to do any suturing afterwards. If you had a tear that needs some stitches, I've got everything to do that. An IV line. This is all just pretty much IV equipment in this side of the bag, and an extra bag here. So if anyone was hemorrhaging, I would be putting fluids and medicine in, waiting for an ambulance to come. And then in the front of my bag, I've got everything for IV bloods. And then this little container is medications. And in here is the vitamin K that we give to babies, anti-inflammatories that you can take after the baby's born, syringes. And then in this box is more syringes and needles mostly. Pretty much what they have at the hospital. Does that all kind of cover it? Because I just thought people don't know what we bring. And we actually, if you've got a midwife that's used to doing home births, they should be pretty well prepared to cover emergencies. And most of the time this is just over to the side. And any other thoughts or questions? Yeah.
Well, let's hope the bag stays closed.
Yeah, exactly. It's I'm all for having everything in place for if it's needed, and then usually it's not.
Yeah.
So the biggest difference probably from the hospital is the monitors, basically, and the staff.
Yeah, staff, monitors. They have pain medicine that we don't usually use at home. Most midwives don't carry gas. We don't give pethidine or other narcotics at a home birth. We don't have the facilities to do epidurals. Those are put in by an anesthetist. So yeah, if you need any of those, then we transfer to the hospital. What's your reaction to the idea of a home birth now that you know what's in the bag? Does it change your feelings about it, or?
Definitely. I think for Jenny and myself, we didn't, being from an Asian background, we kind of nothing. Home births aren't really the norm, and it's more of, it's just given us a lot more assurance that if anything does go wrong, everything will be fine, and it's good.
I have a picture in my head of like what's gonna be like and when I can put a pool and stuff. Yeah, so it's like that. Yeah.
Because the first thing when you say to someone we're gonna have a home birth, and they're gonna, oh, that's nice, but what happens if? And then when you have an answer to that if, then I feel like we can all be much calmer and more relaxed moving toward the day and on the actual day of birth. So.
We are very comfortable with the decision of home birth, but obviously I think all of our parents are very anxious about it. And the thing is, the hospital, that you don't have like the equipment. And just seeing all of the equipment you actually carry with you, it's like, I think it's way better.
Reassuring that you're not making a foolish...
Yeah, and now like when I have the anxiety of the thoughts from talking to my parents and like, you should go to a hospital, I will have this image in my mind of all the things that you actually carry with you, and I think that would give me a lot of confidence.
Well, we're not going to do it again, but if I was going to have another baby, it would definitely be at home. It was just, the most awesome experience in comparison with being in hospital. And hospital wasn't awful, but it was just so much, more special, I guess, to come home and know that you've had your baby at home. And it's just really, really wicked. I really, really, really recommend it. It was really awesome.
I definitely wouldn't want to go. It's not even a thing that crossed my mind like this time. Like going to the hospital, I knew I just definitely wanted to have this baby here again. It's definitely a lot more enjoyable experience.
And this time Nathan's more comfortable with it right from the beginning. We don't have to convince him, huh?
Yeah, I'm happy to do it this way this time.
Yeah.
Last time was great, and I thought it went out really well. Just being able to actually be there. When I was at the hospital, like I was only set times I could go and actually see them, and I wasn't allowed to stay and stuff like that. So I don't know. I thought it was a lot better actually having them at home, and I could help out and I get to be with the newborn baby. So that was cool.
You get to be present and enjoy having a newborn and look at the birth and be like, yeah, we did that. That was awesome. Like
kind of surreal. But
yeah. And when people ask about the birth, oh, why weren't you in the hospital? It's like, you know what? You don't need to be in the hospital. I've always thought that babies have got to be born in the hospital. And even my mum, after we had her at home, when are you going to the hospital? Oh, okay. We're not. Like, you don't need to be. Like, we're good, we're happy, everything's fine.
I just felt a lot more relaxed, and I felt a lot more comfortable that Zoe was a lot more relaxed, and she was calling the shots, and she did what she needed to do. And
So you don't regret?
Nah, not at all.
Just our last baby Darcy that I delivered here it felt a lot more natural. It wasn't all the doctors and nurses and hospital beds and all the stress of being in a different environment, I suppose. We were just in our home, living life, I suppose, and doing things as normal, and then a lot more relaxed and calm.
Thank you for your guiding hand. Thank you for making my dreams come true. You're an extraordinary man, and I hope you're as proud of me as I am proud of you. Thank you for giving me life. Thank you for showing me good from bad. I guess I'm only really trying to say thank you for being my dad. Even though the years drift away, I never took the time just to say